the sacred word, the Om. 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 Few people really think in depth about the sacred word or sounding the Om and its importance, especially if it's sounded in group form. The Master DK, or the Tibetan Master, through the books of Alice A. Bailey, mentions or teaches in the book Letters on Occult Meditation a great deal about the Om and sounding the Om. First, sounding the Om helps to eject negative substance from our bodies, not body, but bodies. We have our physical body, which in Sanskrit is called the Annamaya Kosha. We have our body of vitality, which is called the Pranamaya Kosha. And then we have our astral body, which people, when they say, oh, I see an aura, I see colors, is related to the astral body, which is called the Manomaya Kosha. And then we have our body of consciousness, or the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So sounding the Om penetrates all these bodies to purify by pushing out negative substance. But on the other hand, it also builds in positive substance to help lift these bodies to a higher subplane, to help to purify. Just being a vegetarian is not enough to purify a being. But the Om, as a sacred word that comes from the one life and the one light, as the pranava, has that power. The Master DK also points out that when you have a group of people who can sound the Om in unison and on the same note and in harmony, you create a vortex of energy and a funnel is formed that encloses all the members of the group and helps to draw down higher energy from the higher planes. What that means is blessings, not only for the Masters of Wisdom, but from the Devic evolution who work with the Masters to help in the spiritual evolution of humanity. And creating a group sounding the Om is very important. Another aspect of the Om has to be sounded from your innermost self, from your essential nature. It doesn't have to be done loudly. It could be done gently. And it should be done not too long. If you sound the Om going, Om, and extend it too long, if you look closely, there's part of our being that's inwardly, hey, this sounds really good. I'm doing this. I like this. The Om has to be sounded without the I. So spontaneous. Om, short. So the I can't get in there saying, oh, I'm doing so good. It has to be done from the heart without thought, but with feeling of aspiration. When you sound the Om, you have to feel like you're reaching up, aspiring to the divine knowledge that's within our reach. And using in group formation, by drawing down much higher energy, the whole group is lifted up. This is very important and part of the new step or the next step in spiritual evolution. And then from a step beyond that, you can go to mantram. And the mantram should start with the Om. And then if the whole group chants the mantra, but you have to know how to center within your center of awareness to build a point of focus so that the higher energy doesn't spill out into your personality. You have to actually create a container, the chalice, the holy chalice, to hold the higher Shakti and to contain that Shakti, and thus be able to build your spiritual being or evolve your spiritual being step by step. So sounding the Om is very important and should be experimented by different groups. The group that I have both a full moon group that chants mantram, but we always start with the Om, and I have a meditation group that meets once a week. We are now studying the Dhyani Buddhas, but we start with sounding the Om. And for each of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, we will sound the Om also to enhance the feeling of each of these Dhyani Buddhas. So this is something that is really worth studying. You don't have to vary too much, just learn to pull back, to focus, visualize a flame in your heart, and then when you inhale, just a gentle inhale, focus your breath into the flame, radiate that flame throughout your physical, etheric or pranic body, through your astral body, and through your mind to purify, uplift, and transform. Just like, oh, just gentle. Oh, oh.